Okay, it looks like it is. Yeah, it is recording now. So whatever we have here, I can then share. Oh, yeah, I'll share to the YouTube via link. YouTube is just easiest for everyone to access. It allows you the ability to watch it later without having any issues like security access or login passwords. I did see a message come through now, but let me just close that so it doesn't interrupt me. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what you can see on the screen now is the Microsoft Word. This is your on Blackboard. It's called Microsoft Word. What is it called? Let me just get the name right so you can cross-reference it correctly. It's under content, and it is under the Word folder, of course. It is not the large docs. Microsoft Word Fundamentals. So, Nzuza, would you like to say something? It's the creating tables activity, which I haven't put up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to share that for you. So that you can, my apologies, I thought you guys had it already. So there it is, creating tables activity. And it's just a little how-to instruction about creating a table. There's other things like margin sizes and changing page orientation, which if you want to, you can get into. But for today, I thought I'd just start with the table, the creating tables activity or exercise, and then show you how to label that table, insert an image, show you how to label that image, which you know how to do kind of, but then mainly to go into the more intermediate to advanced functions, which is cross-referencing, and then having those, what are they called? Those cross-reference or those labels come up on your table of figures and list of tables and list of tables and list of figures automatically. Okay, so let me get straight into that. So you can follow along on this side, on the left-hand side, while I then go through this Microsoft blank page, which you would be familiar with. So I'm going to open up a blank document. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to make it larger so you can see. Okay, so this is a example. So I'm going to say here, this is the cover page. I could even go back to our example exercise sheet of last time, but I'm not going to. Cover page, and then put tables here. Okay, so that's just a marker for me. I'm going to go to the next page. Is my screen visible to you all? Can you all see? Is it large enough? Yeah, thumbs up. Great. Thank you so much. Insert. So I think I've shown you this before, but let's go through it now. If I want to insert a table, I can go insert, and I can manually draw how many tables I want. And this depends on the content I would like to have. So a 5x4 table, let's do a 4x4 so that I can put some headings on there. And I'd like to put this style of heading. So I'm going to say subject, description, and I'm going to say number of tests. And I'm going to say the difficulty level. All right, so I'm going to start with ITF 152S. Then I'm going to put the next subject to be IED 150S. Then the next one is, let's say, Maths MTH. I think it's 152S. Could be wrong. So now I see, I want a bit more, I need a bit more, a few more columns because it's not enough. I just hover over the line in the intersection between and I press click, and that like adds a row. Alternatively, you can also left click and you can say insert a column, and if you look really closely, it shows you what a column is to the left and a column to the right looks like, a row above or a row below or a cell even. So I want to go with a row below, so click there. Right, physics, physics 153S. That's my keyboard messing around. 153S. I don't know the correct codes, but forgive me. ID, ITF, PCM 150S. And one more is physics, maths, manufacturing. What is the code for manufacturing? EMT 150S. Okay, these codes are fictionary, so please don't hold me to it. Information technology. Computers. So now I'm gonna change the margin slightly. So I click on there and I drag to the left so that there can be more space. And this allows me to change some things there. I don't like how big it is, so I'm going to make it smaller, and I can make the whole table smaller, all of the things smaller by selecting the corner, top left-hand corner. I hover over this cursor, arrow with 4 points, like a compass, and then I click on that, then it highlights the whole table, and I hover over the font size, and I say decrease the font overall on all of these things. And what that does is it decreases the headers to go smaller and the text to go smaller. So you don't have to manually change everything as it goes. You still want the headers to be a little bit bigger, and you want the text to be a little bit smaller, and that decreases the font of everything. So IED is engineering, I'm going to shorten it, design, all about designing things, right? And then mathematics for engineering 1, all about logic. Even though you thought I was going to say mathematics, no, it's all about logical thinking, actually, logical thinking. Physics for engineers. All about how the natural world behaves. So that's like electricity, moments, inertia, even properties of metals, etc. All right, and then PCM, professional communication. How should engineers talk and listen? All right. So this is a manufacturing, engineering, manufacturing, how it's made. Okay. So we've got a nice little table here. You can standardize the height of these to be all consistent if you'd like, but for now, I'm just going to make it a little bit spacious there. The number of tests, I'm going to say for IT, there's 1. The rest are project-based. For IED, there's 0 because you don't write a test, maybe a class test. You guys correct me. But for example, let's just leave that for an example. There's 4, I think there's 4 maths tests, 4 or 5 physics tests. PCM, you have 0 tests, I think, as well. And then EMT, you might have 3. Okay, and then difficulty level is, so we're going to go easy to easy. PCM is easy. Maths is IED is moderate or medium. Maths is difficult. Foremost, difficult and moderate/medium. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this and copy it because I want a nice consistent look and feel to my table. Okay, so there I have my table, and now I would like to label it. So how do I label this? Oh, there's a spelling mistake, so I hover over and I correct it. I'm just going to format it a little bit here so that it's looks a bit neater. Okay, so there we go. So how do I label or I insert a caption or label this table? So I can, as I said, there's many ways to do it. You can select the entire table, and then you can go to references. And here you can see that there's a couple of things that are a bit more interesting. So we're going to look at the 1, 2, 3, 4th little section or subsection with the divisions there. And I want to say insert caption. So this insert caption tells you that you want to label your picture or object. And once you've added the caption, you can reference this object anywhere in the document by inserting a cross-reference. So that's the trick here that I'm going to show you. So you can insert a caption, and it automatically picks up that it's a table. But if it was a figure, I would change it over there, or an equation. But for now, table 1 is good. And this is going to be called list. No, not a list, a subjects by difficulty or subjects information. So when you can label this whatever you choose. It's up to you. And then the position of a table is above the selected item. So this is a standard format where you label or you place the label of your table above your item. So I'm going to click OK, and then it automatically selects it over there. Okay. So now what is the next thing we're going to do? So now that you have your labeled or table labeled, yes, I want to cross-reference this. So what are you going to do? You're going to go there and you are going to start to type because you want to now type. Oh, it's telling me that I must put a space. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's say you have this table and you want to describe it. This table highlights the difficulty and as well as a short description of each subject taken in the first year of industrial engineering at CET. Stop. This, I'm going to put it like this because I want you to realize here's where we want to this subject information, this table also summarizes the tests, number of tests you will be expected to take. Okay, so at this point here where I've highlighted it, I want to insert a cross-reference. So why would I want to insert a cross-reference? Is if I have a large document with many tables and figures and lots of text, and it's on the next page or 3 pages later, I want to quickly cross-reference it, meaning I want to be able to go to that spot. Then that's the function I want to have here. It's like in a WhatsApp group chat, you kind of reply to a specific message. Now, if you want to reply to that message and you know that the person in the group chat, you want them to know that you're referencing that conversation or information, or you're replying to that specific item, you then like reply to, and then you link it to that spot so that the person can click on there and then go to that conversation and remember, oh, okay, this is what I was talking about or thinking about, and they can carry on from the conversation. So that's kind of the same thing here where we cross-reference. So how do I do that? I'm going to show you one or two methods. So where I want the table to go in, I can highlight the spot, or in this case, you can just click on the spot and you're going to go so left click, and you're going to, it should be over here, but I don't see it come up. So no, not there. It doesn't want to come up on this option. So I will then have to go to references and then cross-reference. So now a cross-referencing box comes up. And if I want to reference a table, then I go under the reference type. So I look under a heading, or a bookmark or equation. If I need to scroll down as well, there's many options here. So you can see there's a scroll down, and right at the bottom is table because it's sorted by alphabetical order. And then if I wanted to put the entire caption in there, so whatever I had said in my caption block, then I put that there, or only the label and the number, or only the caption text, or the page number, that is what I can put there. I wouldn't recommend doing above and below, so just leave that out. I want to put the entire caption. So that is table 1, so list of subject information. And then I want to insert it as a hyperlink. So hyperlink meaning that you can click it and it goes to that exact table, that exact spot. And if I had more than one table, it would come up there. I only have one table, so I'm going to say insert. And then I click close. So there you are, table 1. I can delete this because it was just a marker for us. And you can see now that that is a hyperlink. So if this information was on the next page, and I hover over it and it says click and control and click to follow the link. So control and click, and then it brings me to the table which I was referring to. Okay, so that's a quick it's a quick way to go back to your information. It's also known as a cross-reference. So if you'd like to bold it, so if you now left click it, and then you can say update field, it updates whatever your table information was. So if I were to edit this table, so there's two other things, table layout that you can change, or your table design. But if I wanted to edit this cross-reference data, I could then say industrial engineering, subject information, first year subject information. Let's call it first year subject information. And I would need to go there. Okay, so now it's updated, right? I've updated the label, and now it's not updated yet because I haven't clicked update. But when I do click update, it goes there automatically. And if I wanted to bold this, I could, just so I can see it a little bit, that it's a hyperlink. You could do that. You could also do that in your references column here. So if you want to do the cross-reference thing, you don't have to put it as a hyperlink. It can just be the text. It doesn't have to be a hyperlink, but that's how cross-referencing will work. Okay, now let's insert an image. This inserted image is a picture of engineering drawing below. Okay, correct my spelling there, full stop. And now I want to insert a picture. And I'm going to say, let's generate again, because that was interesting for me last time, that Copilot can do it. Just got to wait a few seconds. Generate an image of a engineering drawing. And now it's thinking and creating. Engineering drawing. I'm going to just type some more things. This is an example of the types of drawings used in ID 150s. Okay, as you guys see, my internet is slow. It's adding the final touches now. Okay, it's thinking. And we're going to insert this image, and then I'm going to cross-reference it as well. And when it's done, I will then give you or show you how to insert a list of tables and a list of figures. So for me to do that, I'm going to just create a few more. I'm going to first create a few more tables. Table 2, IED framework. Okay. And then I'm going to insert another one. Table 3, ECM, ideas. EMT, insert another table. Let's go with EMT manufacturing, manufacturing materials list. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to this image, and I'm gonna say add it. Here we are. Okay. And now I want to label it. So insert a caption. And it's not a table. This is a picture. This is a 2D. It looks like some kind of a pin. 2D engineering drawing section of a pin. Not a pic, pin. Okay, and then you can see the label is at the bottom. So that's the default of image, and that's the correct way. Okay. So picture, I'm going to insert a few more pictures before I cross-reference. Just going to put this. To the this. Oh yes, I wrote the text at the top, and I say the inserted picture below is a picture of an engineering drawing, but I want this to be a cross-reference. So I'm going to show you how to cross-reference. You click cross-reference, and then you go not a table, it's a picture or figure, sorry, and you're going to insert it as a hyperlink. I only want the caption text. So I only want the text, not figure 1 2D. So I insert and I close and I say, okay, this inserted image below is a picture of a 2D. So now it highlights the caption, a 2D engineering drawing of a cross-section of a pin. And the language can be better, but you get the idea. I want to bold this, so I select everything and I control B for bold. This is an example of the types of drawings you will perform in IED 150S. Okay, so you can give this a border as well, up to you. Let's give it a nice thick border there, and you can put it as a, let's go with the color being here like this one. So it looks like it's on the page, and I want it to be positioned in the center. So alignment, where is it now? Oh, it'll probably be in home where it's the center. Yeah, the center over there. And then this image, this caption, I also want it to be in the center. So when I am going to, there we go, the center. So that's pictures or figures are always center aligned to, and not left aligned. So that's just something you need to be aware of. Okay, now we're going to insert a couple more pictures or figures as it has it there. I'm going to insert it quickly now. Just going to do some stock images. Hopefully that's a bit quicker. Okay, so that one. Just selecting any random ones. I'm going to make this a bit smaller. And now I'm going to insert a caption. So I go to references. I go to insert caption, figure 2, make up. Okay, and here you go. You can do the figure below or above, but as I said, the default is below, so we're going to leave it there. And you're going to make it centered. Or one should make it centered. Okay, and then I'm going to put another image on the next page, or just a caption rather, so I can show you how the image of ITF technology. Okay, so now we've got 3 figures. We've got about 4 or 5. I'm scrolling up, sorry to make you a bit drunk. It's creating them on different pages so that you can see that, yeah, so I'm now going to go, that's the cover page, that's on page 1. So I'm going to refresh our memories with inserting a table of content, right? So we're going to go table of content on the first page, and we're going to make it automatic. So table of contents go there. So as you can see, there's no table of content because we haven't created any headers. But what I want to do is I'm also going to put the on this same page or tab reference the list of tables and list of figures can be inserted here. So if you were a keen observer, at the top section, it's insert caption, but above there's a small one, insert table of figures. So you click there, and then you can either click table of figures, or so then it says the figures, and so this dialog box opens up. So you've got figure 1 with the text. So you're going to show the page numbers. Yes, you're going to right align those page numbers, and then tab heading is what you can select there. So these are just how they. If you check, if you see, I'm changing the tab headers, and it changes how the lines in between looks. So it's a general format. So from template, then here's the caption label. So figure or table, and then include label and page numbers. And I'm going to press OK. So here is all of our list of figures. So if, as you see there, there's no heading. So if I wanted to put in include the label and the page number, that would then go away. If I wanted to right align the page numbers, it would bring it closer. And if I didn't want to show the page numbers, it would be there. Okay, so you can also use hyperlinks instead of page numbers. There's obviously more options under modify, so you can modify the body and how it looks, like styles. You can also change the captions. Here, table of figures options, so you can go caption or heading 1, heading 2. You can change the entry fields, table number identifier as F. That's just pretty important. And let's go with, okay, do you want to replace it? I say yes, no, table. Oh, so I did something wrong there. I want to update, and so let's go to insert. It's something in the options that I've clicked. You see the table identifier. That's where I'm going to click this off, and I'm going to say modify. Okay, let's see if I have done. Yes, so there it goes. All right. So that's the figures inserting list. Sorry, that's the figures. Now inserting the. If I want to insert the table, list of tables, I would also go to the reference, and then I would click under insert table of authorities. Inserting table, I want to select, I should be able to select one of the top here. If you can look, the table of contents, table of authorities, table of figures. I should be able to change this to be the table. So under the caption label, we would go table, right? And then I would be able to insert all the tables. So when one of the options was to insert it as a cross-reference. So what this now means is in your table list of figures. So this is a heading. I'm going to make this one of the heading ones, and then this is the list of tables. This is heading number same as that one, heading number 2. And now if I update this tab, it'll have where my list of figures and list of tables are. Okay, anyways, what I wanted to show you was the cross-referencing. So If I press Control and click, then I could follow exactly where this page number 4 is. So the PCM ideas. So then it would take me back there, right to that table or image. So now if I want to go to the 2D engineering drawing, boop, and there it is. And I'm here at this engineering drawing that we've created. So that's just the cross-referencing and auto-inserted table of figures and contents. Let's say, for example, I wanted to move this whole paragraph to another page. I select everything, I say Control X, and I cut it, and I want to put it now at the end of the document, or let's say, yeah, after typing up conclusion section, conclusion, and I paste it here. So now it's under the conclusion, under the heading 2. Now this 2D drawing is there. And the way I would do this is I would scroll up to the top. I don't have to scroll. I can use the navigation pane as well. The navigation pane, and I can go through there, list of tables, list of figures. And now you would know that this image is on a different page. So it's no longer on page number 6. It's on a different page, right? Because I've changed the position. So all I do there is I go to the list of figures, and I right click and I click update field. So the entire, I always say update the entire table, because maybe you change something else and then it just encompasses everything. And then the figure changes position. So figure 1 is now on page number 8. I just need to figure out why it hasn't changed position, because normally what happens is the image that comes first is labeled figure 1, and then 2, and then 3. So let's try and update the field again, and the page numbers only. Oh, I know why. If I go to this figure, because I haven't updated this caption, this there. So what I did there, the trick was, when you change position, figure 1 doesn't appear first on the pages. You then put it to the last page. It then changes position of where it is in relation to the other figures. So now this is figure 3 because it comes last. It's a numbering format. So because of that fact, you want to update your report to be accurate and reflect correctly. So you go to that caption and you select it, and you will then on the actual number, and you left click and you say update field. Another way to do this whole updating of everything, you can go to the references tab, and then under the captions, you can then go to your cross references and you can update it here accordingly. So if you see there, I will need to update figure 2, figure 3, so that it's correct, right? Now what I'm looking for is the quick update button. Update the table. Update table, entire table. That's the table of contents. I want to update the captions. Auto caption. It doesn't appear that I can do that quickly, so I'll have to update each and every one. So that's the figure that comes first in the order. So I've updated it. I want to go to figure number 2, and I can update it over here, update field. And then I will, of course, also need to update my table of contents. So I'm going to go to the navigation pane, so I can quickly go to the list of tables and list of figures and update this field over here, update the entire table. And then the figure names, numbering, and page numbers are correct. Okay, so that was a lot of information. I think what I'm going to do is pause it there, or kind of end the lesson there. And I know many of you don't have your access to a PC right now. So for now, that's where I'm going to end it, and we can continue these practice sessions when you get back to the labs. And then we have quite a few exercises and tutorials. But essentially, this ends our Microsoft Word chapter or topic. And the next topic we're going to move to is Microsoft Excel. So there's a lot of cross-referencing here between Excel and Word. So I'll come back to Word, like this example here, these tables and figures and graphs, which we are going to possibly put back into or plug back into Microsoft Word, comes from Excel. And we can import this table and go that way. So that's what you have to look forward to in this new term. Yeah, so I'm going to stop the recording there so that it's a nice go. Stopped.